Hey guys, what's going on? Today I wanted to start more of an educational series on makeup. I feel like it's very easy with the access to social media and all the beauty influencers here on YouTube. It's very easy to get caught up in, oh my gosh, there's a hot new foundation out there. I need it. That looks so pretty on XYZ YouTuber. I need it. It's got to be the best thing for me. I'm gonna go get it. Before thinking about if that's going to work on your skin. I know I've been guilty of going out and buying a hot new product because I thought it looked really pretty on someone and I didn't even sit and think, will that work on my skin? Now I have pretty normal skin, so I can kind of get away with trying things, but there's been times in the past where I've been way too dry to try a product or way too sensitive to try a product. So I want to kind of start a series to help you understand kind of the basics of what goes on before you can get into like the makeup products, understanding your skin, knowing what kind of skin tones you have, what kind of skin you have, etc., etc. So if you're interested today in learning about skin conditions, which I heard a long time ago or I read somewhere where somebody was talking about, like, when you're asked what kind of skin do you have, it's not really like this is what kind of skin I have. It's more this is the condition my skin is in at the time. Like I said, I've been dry, I've been sensitive, I've been normal, I've been oily way back in the day. So I think as you grow and change and age, for sure, your skin kind of changes over time. So I want to kind of help you guys understand today like these 6 different categories I would kind of put skin into. I've taken a lot of notes here, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit as I go through this video because I don't want to forget to say something. So if you're interested in learning a little more about that, please keep watching. Okay, so like I said, there's about 6 categories I would categorize skin into for the most part. There's obviously normal skin. There's the 2 categories that I feel like everyone kind of puts their skin into. There's dry and oily. There's dehydrated, there's sensitive, and then there's the like acne prone problematic skin. So those are the 6 general categories I would kind of put skin into, and I think that will kind of give you a good basis for understanding what kind of makeup you should have. So the first one is normal skin. Obviously you have a good sheen to your skin when you have normal skin. It's not too oily, it's not too dry, you have a good oil production, you're not too sensitive to products. I would say my skin is pretty normal. My body skin is a little bit more on the sensitive side, but as for my face, it's pretty normal. You all kind of know what normal skin is for the most part. So the next 2 categories I kind of am going to talk about together are oily skin and like the acne prone problematic skin. So with oily skin, you're obviously producing too much oil. You have a very noticeable sheen to your skin, which could be caused by too much oil production, obviously. A good test for that is if you take like your bare skin and press a tissue against it and take it off and there's like, you know, excess oil on that tissue, you know you kind of have oily skin. So the key with oily skin is to not over cleanse. Sometimes if you're using like a clarifying cleanser, you are stripping the skin of its natural oils and then your skin will kind of produce more oil. So the key to that is to not over cleanse your skin and then not moisturize enough. Oftentimes when you have oily skin, you're kind of scared to, you know, apply moisture to your skin in fear you'll break out, but your body still needs that excess moisture. Otherwise, you're gonna just produce more oil because your body's not gonna think you're getting enough. I know it sounds funny, but using like oil-based cleansers are actually really good when you have oily skin. Cleansers with alcohol in it or like those foaming cleansers often strip the skin too much and then make your skin kind of produce too much oils. And do use things like salicylic acid or salicylic acid, I'm not quite sure which way to pronounce it, but those kind of get down and help really clean the oil out of the pores. So using products with that is also good. You definitely don't want to trick your skin into thinking it doesn't have moisture. So especially if you're using something like a salicylic acid or a glycolic, like definitely make sure to moisturize your skin. In fact, I had a friend who went through like a really problematic acne prone phase, and her dermatologist told her to moisturize only with olive oil. So there's a difference between having a breakout here and there and having acne prone skin. So, you know, if you constantly have acne on your face, you probably have problematic acne prone skin. It's not just like that time of the month or, you know, a breakout here and there. You'll know if you have that kind of problematic skin. When you get into having the like cystic pimples often and that kind of stuff, it's best, I would say, to kind of consult a dermatologist on that. It's easy to treat like a pimple here and there at home, but when you really have constant acne and you know, it's painful, I would consult a dermatologist at that point. I don't think there's that many at-home remedies. Granted, I've never had like really acne prone problematic skin, but seeing my friends kind of go through it, they've always had to kind of consult a dermatologist to kind of get help with that, because there could just be an imbalance in your body. Again, going back to what I just talked about with the oily skin, I think kind of going by those guidelines, if you have like the, you know, mild, like a couple pimples here and there every once in a while, using the salicylic, using the glycolic, not dehydrating your skin, make sure to use a moisturizer that works for your skin will kind of help with the at-home stuff. But like I said, best to consult a dermatologist if you really have, you know, heavy, problematic, acne-prone skin. So polar opposite to that, there's dry skin. And you know you have dry skin if your skin's kind of tight and you're lacking oils. So there's a difference between what I'm going to talk about with dehydrated skin and dry skin. Dry skin, you are lacking oils. Dehydrated skin, you're lacking moisture. You also know you have dry skin if it's flaky and you constantly feel like that whole need to just apply moisture to your face. So definitely using oil-based products will help with that. I know MAC has a oil. I've used that in the past and that hasn't broke me out. I know MAC breaks a lot of people out, but I think it's helpful when I'm a little dry in like these areas to just kind of press oil against your face. So looking into an oil-based cleanser and moisturizer will really help with something like dry skin. And then making sure, again, you don't strip the like natural oils in your face is super important. You don't want to use anything like alcohol-based or anything that's like foaming that will strip your skin, because you need every oil you can possibly get when you have dry skin. So then we've got dehydrated skin. That is when you are lacking moisture in your skin. Now, with all of these skin conditions, you should be always pushing water, but really make sure if you have dehydrated skin to push that water even further, I would say. And even taking a supplement like an omega-3 fatty acid or something like that will help with water retention and make sure you're keeping that water in your body. Your face, if you're lacking hydration, there's no way your skin is going to look luminous, because it's not going to go from the dermis to the epidermis. If that water is lacking, you are releasing a ton of water every day through your skin, and if there's no water coming in to replace that, just imagine what that's doing to your skin. It's not going to magically just form there. You have to constantly push water, and you get that through foods and all that good stuff. So making sure you're hydrated is obviously a big key when you have dehydrated skin. Hyaluronic acid is really nice when you have dehydrated skin. The Ordinary makes a really good one. I've been using it for about 3 to 3 months now, and I really like it. And then also, you know, making sure that first layer of skin that's dehydrated is, you know, kind of sloughed off. So make sure you exfoliate, but not too crazy. We'll get into exfoliation in a second. You don't want to like over exfoliate your skin, but make sure you get that first layer of dehydrated skin off. So make sure you exfoliate, but also make sure you're, you know, using some kind of antibacterial product if you're doing that, because your skin is going to be susceptible to bacteria, and you definitely don't want that getting in your skin. So push that water intake and make sure you are, you know, treating inside and out when it comes to dehydrated skin. And then obviously we have the sensitive skin. There's a ton of reasons for sensitive skin. I think stress plays a really big part when you have sensitive skin. I know if I'm like super stressed out, I'll kind of break out in hives sometimes. So sensitive skin reacts a lot to kind of like your lifestyle and what's going on in your life. If your skin responds to like some kind of pressure with heat, that's a good test for sensitive skin, you might just be on a little more of the sensitive side. So just err on the side of caution when you're trying new products when you have sensitive skin. Again, treating sensitive skin, you kind of have to focus on like starting fresh and rebuilding the skin. So that might be something like going to get a chemical peel. Some at-home treatments might be getting some kind of product with like stem cells in it and really just rebuilding your skin from the start. You definitely don't want to use too many like scented products when it comes to sensitive skin. Whenever I did makeup, I always had an unscented moisturizer in my kit. You never want to run that risk when you're a makeup artist, obviously, but really avoiding the like heavily perfumed products is really a good thing when you have sensitive skin. And again, push the water. Like I said, this is with any kind of skin condition, but if you're focusing on kind of rebuilding the skin, you want to make sure you get the hydration going so you can kind of produce that natural sheen. So that pretty much covers the 6 different categories. So I know like glowy skin has taken a huge liking to the like YouTube community, and I mean who goes out and says like I want dry skin? Everyone kind of wants to look healthy, like they have a healthy glow. So a couple of, ways to kind of keep your skin glowing would be don't exfoliate too much. Don't use harsh exfoliants. Make sure you consult a dermatologist or a facialist on your exfoliating. There's a lot of exfoliating beads out there that are way too harsh on the skin. They can break your capillaries and just really cause damage. So be careful. I know they're not good for the environment either. So just make sure if you are exfoliating, you're not over exfoliating, because you're not going to be able to produce that natural oil, that kind of sheen that shows through. So that's one thing. Another thing is sun damage. If you have too much sun damage or too much exposure to the sun, it's going to break down your dermal level. So you have the epidermis and then the dermis. It's going to break down that level. So then you're not going to be able to the skin is not going to be able to like push the moisture from the dermis to the epidermis. So wear SPF and please stay out of the sun if at all possible. Obviously, extreme temperatures will do this. If you have like your air conditioning on, like I do right now, on full blast, that'll kind of prevent the skin from renewing. The same thing with heat. Really hot showers can do some damage to the skin. If you're sitting in a hot shower for too long, it can kind of remove the oils and the natural sebum from the skin. So avoid taking too long of hot showers because you can strip the skin. And I know it's nice to sit down and have a really warm shower, and I think every once in a while that's fine, but constant exposure to constant hot showers can kind of remove, the natural oil from the skin and even cause some kind of like damage to the skin, broken capillaries. I have that problem. When you break the capillaries, you don't have the moisture that's able to kind of come through, and it can cause dehydration. So just make sure, especially when you're washing your skin, don't use an extremely hot water. Keep it lukewarm. You're not going to want to wash your face with super cold water, so keep it lukewarm. Just make sure you're not like, burning your face. Diet, obviously, like I talked about, you need to be eating healthy fats, fruits, veggies, really push water. All your skin is going to reflect what's going inside. All of these approaches are two-pronged. It's external and internal. You need to make sure you're taking care of your body inside, because if you go out and eat fast food all the time, your skin is going to reflect that. If you're drinking soda constantly, your skin is going to reflect that. You really need to treat your skin from the inside out to really see results and really have like a constant, steady, good path to your skin. So, omegas, probiotics, drinking water, eating fruits, eating veggies, avoiding I thought my camera shut off, avoiding the sugars if possible. There's this like cheat days every once in a while, but a constant diet of that is going to definitely reflect in the skin. And then of course, medication. There's certain medications you can be on which can dehydrate the skin. I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you're taking. So just be mindful when you're taking a medication of what will happen to your skin. Ask your doctor, see, if it's going to stay. This is like a good example of a skin condition. You can have totally normal skin, be on a medication for a month or a couple weeks, and your skin totally changes. So just be mindful, recognize it, and then treat your skin accordingly. Your skin is one of the biggest organs in your body. You need to take care of it. I'm like really guilty of not applying moisturizer to my skin every day, and I have dry skin on my arms. So yeah, I am a living proof of making sure to not neglect your skin, because there's no way to fix it if you're neglecting it. So that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. I'm definitely going to continue to take notes and run you through some more, skin issues. I really do want to talk about undertones, but that is a very kind of difficult subject to explain. I think that there's a lot of different trains of thought when it comes to undertones, so I want to be able to really explain it to you guys perfectly before I get on here and sit down. So I know that's a huge thing with makeup, when you're trying to understand what kind of makeup to get. So that'll be coming next. But so before you go out and buy that foundation that your favorite YouTuber is raving about, understand your skin. If you have dry skin, you're not going to want to wear something. Let me give you some examples here. If you have dry skin, you're not going to want to go with something like the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is always talked about here on YouTube. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. That's not going to work for you if you have excessively dry skin. The Marc Jacobs Remarkable Super Matte Foundation. If you have dry skin, avoid these. A dry skin condition. Avoid these if possible, because it's just not going to work on your skin. It might look so pretty on that YouTuber, but make sure your skin is in the right condition. Conversely, if you have, excessively oily skin, something like the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir won't work for you. The L'Oreal Pro Glow won't work for you. The Fiona Styles Luminous Finish Foundation won't work for you. Something like the, again, CoverGirl Vitalist. This has a huge heavy scent to it. I really like the scent, but it might not work for somebody with sensitive skin. If you have acne prone or problematic skin, you might need something like a Bare Minerals or a Youngblood, a mineral foundation that won't clog your pores, something that will work for your skin. So just make sure to pay attention to those YouTube videos when they talk about oh, this has a really nice smell to it. Hey, will that affect me if I have sensitive skin? So just kind of pay attention through those little things, and they should definitely mention it in the description online. So I know these things look so pretty online and it's so easy to go out and want to buy it and spend your money, but really understanding your skin before doing that is super important. And hopefully some of these tips will help you to get your skin in the condition you want it to get in. I am not a dermatologist, clearly. I am not an esthetician, clearly. This is just kind of what I've learned over the years of doing makeup and learning about my skin and reading makeup books and watching YouTube and all that good stuff on here. So I hope this has been helpful to some of you. Really try to understand and read about the foundations before you go to pick them up. Look online, read reviews, make sure it will work for you before you go and spend your money, because that is hard-earned money and I don't want you guys going out and wasting it and then being discouraged about makeup or thinking that someone's steering you in the wrong way here. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, as always, please leave them below. If there's anything you guys want me to kind of explain or research a little bit and talk about here, I would love to hear that. Please sound off below. I read and respond to every single comment, you guys. I love interacting with you. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, I upload at least twice a week, Monday and Friday, sometimes a bonus video if I'm not too busy with my 9 to 5 job. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye guys.